Hey beauties, good evening. One of the strangest phenomena I'm unable to understand. Somehow I'm not comprehending. It's a disconnect. As why would people come on people's personal pages, posts? Yes, it is public, but it is on their personal pages that they created. So they have the democratic right. We all have the democratic right to freedom of speech. I'm not talking about something that is illegal, but we have freedom of speech. So, if, for example, let us liken it onto the elections that are coming, an individual has the right to support the party of his or her choice. If they're ardent labor rights, they have the right, which should not be infringed upon. If they're ardent comrades, they have the right, which should not be infringed upon. They have the right to support the party of their choice. It is their duty, it is their right. I don't know, because sometimes when I see comments on people's pages, it is as though people want to browbeat them and to control them. Are you aware that the word control means it's really, if you check the etymology, the whole meaning behind it, it means witchcraft? So some of you are hitting out against people who work, what you would call, maybe an avid, practice of the occult, although there's a difference between the two in a sense. So to an extent, there are elements of the whole witchcraft that is a part of the occult, from what I'm told. But when you try to control somebody, that is actually witchcraft you're practicing. It is. So really, if you're going to hit out against people who practice necromancy, who practice obia, black magic, white magic, clairvoyance, all of these atrocities, I call them, those terrible things, you are technically no different when you're trying to control people, to browbeat them, to beat them into talking about things that you want. People will not always agree with you. People will not always share the same value systems as you. People will not share the same ideas as you. They will think differently and have different viewpoints. And I will have no problems if we come with our differences. What I have a problem is when you come on people's pages and you disrespect them on their page, on their post, as though you are made superior to that human being, as though God had given you the mantle to say whatever you say goes. If God Himself has not taken volition and choices from us as human beings, who gave you the right then? It has to be the devil, and he has no right to give that commissioned you to do his bidding. You're really doing the bidding of the devil, because it is definitely not the bidding of God. You're a supporter of the devil. You're discourteous, you're rude, disrespectful. What I've done, some depending on how I feel about that particular comment, because for me, you don't just make a comment. I'm a thinker, you know, and I will look at the comment and really examine that comment. If I feel that you're being rude, discourteous, or feel like you want to control, I block you. Personally speaking, I'm not even going to waste my words with you. I really am not going to waste my words, not going to waste my fingers typing, my brain having to execute some sort of sensibility to write. If I feel like, in some cases I may do it, because I'm probably giving the individual a chance to say, think carefully. Like on my post, when you write your idiocy, think carefully, please. All right? Just think carefully. Think carefully. If you're not blocked, it means that I think that you can learn a thing or two. So I keep you there to move you maybe from dullness, I'm not going to say dunce, to some some semblance of brilliance. Perhaps, if you're still there, but you'll be blocked, guaranteed. As well as I saw, former neighbor said, if you come on the FYP, the For You page, and you see me, you don't have to listen. And I agree with her. I cannot understand you people. You come across something that somebody, many times I come across people's posts. I want to say pages and posts in one. That's why it's up. And they say things that I totally disagree with. And I don't comment. Many times I scroll past. It depends if I just get a feeling that I'm careful with how I comment. If I even disagree, say, I disagree, I'm going to, and try to give a, because TikTok, you can only type but so many words. It's not like IG and Facebook where you type. You have, the characters are still limited on TikTok. And I can understand. I probably don't want any long discourse. Fine. That's their choice. It depends. And I'm still careful in giving my opposing view. I am very, very careful in giving my opposing view. And this is a company that posts something, sometimes Gleaner may post something or The Observer or whatever it is, then you can kind of, because it's not specific to somebody's personal page, although it is public. But I have no qualms. When you go low, I certainly will not go there with you, not even below you. I certainly will not. Those are where the canker worms, not calling you that, I'm talking below you. The canker worms and the locusts and the moth and the destroyer they sleep. That's where they reside. So why would I put myself there? No. So my encouragement to you is, one, you don't have to like what people like me and other people post. Because to be honest, your opposing view really doesn't matter. I don't know why some of you don't get that. It really doesn't. Two, how do you not get that if you are very rude and discourteous and disrespectful, that most people are going to block you and your comment is blocked. It's removed. So it's not even going to remain. Does it make sense? I'm trying not to be rude in what I'm saying. That's why I'm there, because the thoughts that are coming for me to say, it's going to sound really, really bad. Let a little critical thinking skill be emitted, allow it to flow nicely. Because you and your comment going to be blocked. It makes sense, you're not thinking it waste your words and waste the comment, because it's going to go into oblivion. It's going to be non-existent. It is not going to be there. So you really wasted your time and your energy. And then the worst part is you're blocked from pages that you could learn something from, because some of you are probably at a D level or an E level. We're trying to move you from F to E. Possibly in the next few months you can get to D. Then, next few months or years you get to C before you move into B. And thankfully if you get to move to A class. We're trying to get you out of the F. We're trying to get you out of the F. And it's going to take time. It's arduous work. So I'm just saying, you're defeating the purpose. It is to your loss. And so on. So if I were you, I would be respectful on people's pages. I would also know this, that people have the right to their views and to whichever, for example, in this case, political party they subscribe to, whether it is JLP, whether it is PNP or UIC or other, political parties. They have the right to hear, in case you may not know. They have that democratic right. We don't live in a laissez-faire country, nor do we live in an autocratic kind of governance. Although sometimes it feels that way in this country. It does feel that way. Like it's very, when it's red, it's like a laissez-faire, or when it is red, it is like very autocratic, dictatorial. But you'll be blocked. Blocked. Okay, guys? Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.